Welcome to one of the most epic places in Oregon, the Alvord Desert. This dry lakebed, or playa, is 12 miles long by 8 miles wide, with the nearly 10,000-foot Steens Mountain towering over it, and you can drive and camp on it. While I've been here before, this trip was different for me, because for the first time since starting a YouTube channel, I was hosting a Patreon campout. That's right, this little startup channel from Idaho has grown enough that people actually watch my videos, see some of the places I go, and want to be part of a community. So I wanted to share a place that inspired me a long time ago, and it just so happened to fall on the weekend of the solar eclipse. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
All right, So I am here at the Alvord Desert in Southeast Oregon, and people have come from all over Idaho, all over Oregon, some from California, and I don't know where else they've come from, just to hang out. Like, we're just here hanging out. How cool is that? So we've got all kinds of cool rigs, all kinds of cool builds. We've been like oogling and ogling over everyone's gear and everything. People are cooking dinner right now, and it smells really, really good. So let me walk you around and just show you who's here and what we got, and then I'll give you an update on what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Altogether, we made up about 13 rigs, just right in my opinion. Big enough to have a variety of people and rigs, but small enough that we could actually spend time together.
I'm Robert Rule from Boise, Idaho.
I'm Justin, here in the Alvord Desert with Will and the group, and I am from Sacramento, California.
Keith Griffin, Meridian, Idaho.
Hey, my name's Jason. I'm from Vancouver, BC. Even Flow Overland is my moniker.
Russ Whitney from Boise, Idaho, just enjoying the weekend.
Hello, Bill and Bobby Joe Hart. We're from Burns, Oregon, out here spending the weekend with Will.
Hi there, this is Bjorn from Happy Valley, Oregon.
I'm Trenton.
I'm Brandon Todd.
I'm Melissa Todd.
We're with Expedition Kitchen. We got a YouTube channel. We're from Nampa, Idaho.
Hi, I'm
Who are you again? What's your
Do you need to talk to somebody about this?
Yeah.
Are you John Wayne?
Yes. Bobbit.
And where are you from?
I am from the playa, and to the playa I shall return.
You're one of those playa people?
Yes.
You need to get out of here. Maybe
Okay.
we need to get out of here.
Yeah, probably.
The reason to leave wouldn't have been the company, it would have been the weather. It was threatening to rain, and if you know anything about the Alvord Desert, you know getting caught out here in the rain can be a very bad experience. However, the playa is at the end of a triple rain shadow, and Steens Mountain did a great job of collecting all the precip coming our way. And before long, it was time for dinner.
Dude, you made me dinner tonight. What are we looking at?
We're looking at sticky finger ribs, some loaded mashed potatoes, and some garlic and butter asparagus.
That does not look like a camp meal at all. But I shall eat it like a camp meal.
Yep, eat hearty.
As night settled in over the desert, I had my first real chance to see the group hanging out together for the first time.
Okay, so it is like fireside time now. We just got a fire going, and everyone is just kind of sitting around starting to get to know each other. And it's so interesting to me. So there's people here from all over this part of the country: California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho. People drove 9 hours today just to get here to the Alvord Desert to hang out. And the cool thing to me is that we all have something in common, and it's not my YouTube channel. We have a shared passion for overlanding and the lifestyle, for getting outside. And I think that is so fun when you get a bunch of strangers coming together and instantly, like, we have something to talk about and we have something to share. And it's been really, really fun to see how quickly this group is getting along. And I'm gonna go join in now and just kind of hang out, and we'll start making plans for tomorrow.
This first night with strangers, in the middle of the desert, in a remote part of southeastern Oregon, proved something to me. It proved that at the end of the day, the comment section doesn't win, because as it turns out, we almost always have way more in common than we do in differences. And the good vibes around the campfire were contagious as we talked about the coming eclipse and what trails we might do the next day. So behind me in the clouds is this solar eclipse. And while the clouds are covering all of like the blockbuster action, the light is changing. It does feel a little strange. Shadows are changing. Kind of the shadows on Steens are looking a little different. And so it does feel like there's an eclipse or something happening, but it's just a lot less dramatic because
the sun's being covered by the clouds. But I'm so glad we're out here for it. Okay, we are almost packed up. I think we're gonna have 5 or 6 rigs coming with us on this journey to find Coyote Lake. So Coyote Lake is like Alvord, but shrunk down miniature size and not at the base of Steens. So it's kind of back in the sagebrush ocean. We're gonna shoot this gap that we think we can get through, but we're not sure because we've heard there's private land out there and that the trail is covered in water. And so could be an interesting trip, but we are going to find Coyote Lake, hopefully, which will be really fun because I've been wanting to go there for years. I just haven't had time to do it every time we're on Alvord. We're always going somewhere else. So since we're staying here for the day, we get to go explore a little bit. So let's go do that.
While I wouldn't say the Alvord Desert was crowded, it was busier than I've seen it. The Eclipse brought a bunch of people to the playa, some of them clothed, some of them not, as we found out driving through a few camping areas to find the trailhead. We had an interesting convoy headed out to Coyote Lake. A Jeep JK, a 4Runner, a Nissan Frontier, another JK, and 2 full-size trucks, a Ford F-250 and a Toyota Tundra. The trail was showcasing some of the most pleasant high desert terrain Oregon has to offer. There were beautiful bluffs on either side of us as our trail cut its way deeper into the eastern edges of the Alvord Desert area. The trail was soft, which is really nice when it's dry, but can be a mess when it's muddy. Today, it was dry, but we did find a few puddles to play in along the way. Okay, so we're driving this beautiful road, not driven very often. We're on our way to meet up with another road that we can take to Coyote Lake, and we came across this gate, which gates are normal out here. Most of the time, they don't have any signs on them. This one says keep out, private property. This one says private property, keep out. We did a little bit of research because we have a cell signal here, and we found out that this is not private property. It's actually repossessed by the county. The adjacent property is private property. We think that we could probably go through here and connect back to a public road without technically breaking any laws, but we're not going to do that. So I think my plan is just take the group back to the Alvord Desert and see what they want to do once we get there. All right, so the group has decided, and I agree with this approach, that we should drive into fields and potentially get milkshakes. So I'm not sure we're abandoning our off-road trek to find Coyote Lake, although we might be, we just haven't admitted it yet. So right now we're just bombing into Fields Station. So some people can get gas. I think one of our group needs to get some propane for cooking. And we can get lunch, we can get burgers and milkshakes, depending on how busy it is there. So I'll be interested to see. Field Station is a gas and resupply stop with killer burgers and milkshakes, and it was busier than I've ever seen it. But at least everyone here was fully clothed. So we were at Field Station. Some people got gas, some people got burgers, grilled cheese sandwiches, milkshakes, and now it's like late enough in the afternoon because it was very busy that there's no way we're going to Coyote Lake. I think what we're going to do now is just head back to camp and get ready for the potluck. One of the conditions of signing up for this camp out was that everyone had to bring something to share for a potluck. But when I got to camp, no one was quite ready to cook. Folks were just enjoying the nice weather and good company. So instead of food, some of us started making cocktails.
What are you making here, Chris?
Making bacon washed old fashions.
What does that mean?
So, it's like a regular old fashioned, except for the bacon part, of course. So, this is Koenig Seven Devils bourbon, and I did a bacon fat wash in it. And then we got some bourbon barrel aged maple syrup instead of the simple syrup. And then, of course, you still have bitters.
Don't be so
Bitter. Yes, don't tell me what to do. And then, of course, a little slice of orange peel.
Yeah. Bacon wash old fashioned. It's so good. I'm so glad you brought this. And I'm also a little afraid of what's going to happen next because these are so good.
You remember the first time we had a bacon wash old fashioned?
I do.
We podcasted and we had to ditch
the podcast. We had to erase the file because it was inappropriate and babbling.
Yeah, I think we went through a whole bottle.
So that's what we're in. That's what we're in for tonight. Is inappropriate babbling. Everyone's starting to prep for the potluck. And this is pretty cool. I mean, some people are doing some cool stuff. So let me show you a few things that are happening around camp in terms of what people are brought or are making for the potluck.
So Brandon, what are you making here?
So I got the bacon on, and the sausage is almost done. Gonna get all the grease out of it. I'm gonna put it in here with the Fiesta blend cheese and cream cheese. Mix it all together, and I'm gonna fill some Anaheim peppers to make my version of jalapeno poppers out here on the playa.
We always put a little extra cheese on top.
I mean,
We could probably still sprinkle some.
Everybody loves cheese.
Everybody loves cheese.
These are Anaheim peppers.
Yeah.
Are these like from your garden? Did you get these somewhere else?
From my coworker's garden. They're huge.
Wow.
They're about twice the size of a jalapeno, and they're actually quite a bit lower on the Scoville scale.
Okay.
So they're not as spicy. Kind of helpful.
That's good, yeah, because we're out in the middle of nowhere and
Yeah.
a long way from bathroom. Yeah. All right, Justin, what are you making?
I'm making a Polska kielbasa sausage with artichokes, jasmine rice, and broccoli with smoked paprika, peppercorn, and salt.
Ooh. Hey, Chris, what are you making for the potluck?
We are making shrimp curry.
So these are coals in a Dutch oven cooking something with chicken.
There's a formula for getting the temperature inside the Dutch oven. There's a chart for it. You can find them online. And for this size of the Dutch oven, to get to 350 degrees, you put 8 briquettes underneath and 17 on top.
Oh.
So I'll show you the ones underneath. You can see they're just down there and they're cooking from the bottom.
Yep.
You don't want a whole lot of heat underneath.
Oh, man,
and I think it probably does have maybe about 5 more minutes.
Oof, can't wait for some of that.
Get out of town. Oh my God, that is so good. Here's why I like potlucks. Like, we can all come together and hang out and talk, but it's different when we bring something to share. It's almost like a form of like self-expression. Like, you bring something, you share it, you get to have a bunch of different options from other people, and it's kind of fun. This group of strangers was now becoming something else. We were all a little closer now, something in between. And the fact that we were all going our separate ways tomorrow didn't deter us from enjoying this in-between time around the fire. What do folks from Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and California all talk about around the campfire? The answer is, well, you'll just have to come see for yourself one of these days. Good morning from the Alvord Desert. This is the morning in which we depart from this campout rendezvous, and we are blessed with an incredible sunrise. It's just fantastic. I hope I'm capturing it right now, because looking at it, it's just incredible with the clouds spread out across the horizon and this orange glow coming up over these desert bluffs and lighting up the mountains behind us. It's just incredible. So anyway, what a great morning to end this weekend on. We're just having coffee, packing up, and I think we're gonna hit the road here pretty soon, but first we're gonna have a little bit of coffee, I think.
All right, Brandon, what's on the menu for breakfast this morning?
Got French toast, cinnamon swirl French toast, and some sausage links.
Ready to go? Yeah. You want a pet? No?
What do you think?
Oh boy. Okay.
This has been such a fun weekend. Everyone is just now kind of packing up and getting ready to go, and I'm definitely gonna do this again. Bye guys. I guess they were more ready to go than I thought. One, overlanding on 3. 1, 2, 3. Overlanding on 3.
Did those peppers give their consent to be stuffed that way?
Oh yeah.
Spying on me when
Don't forget to express the oil.
Oh, never.